That was not called work, my brother. That's called doing good. You understand? So that's why I wanted to prove to you that we can do good on the Sabbath, but we can't break the Sabbath by willingly eating hot food. You understand? You can do good in other ways besides helping somebody break God's laws. That was the whole point for reading that. So you can do good. What good can you do to us? If we needed a ride, you can give us a ride. That's doing good. You see, I'm going out of my way. I was on my way home, but you know what? I get those guys a ride. That's doing good, brother. Deuteronomy 76. Miss Dee, it's deeper than what you think. It's deeper than what you think, Miss Dee. And I'm gonna prove it to you out of the Bible. And we hope that you walk away with more faith in God after you hear these scriptures. That's right. Come on.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
You hear that, Dee? What did God do for you, Dee? Huh?
He showed me how evil and crooked motherfuckers can be.
He showed you how evil and crooked people can be. But according to the scriptures, what did he say? We're going to read it for you again. He said what?
Don't go to sleep on your blessings and don't miss out on your blessings.
Don't miss out on your blessings. Miss Dee, can I ask you a question? Miss Dee, are you high? You're not high? Are you on drugs? You're not on drugs? That's a good thing. Miss Dee, I want you to pay attention to what the scripture is saying. Because even if you were, we wanted to give you healing out of the Bible. That's right. Watch this.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
To be a what kind of people, Dee? Yes, I'm glad you heard. I'm glad you heard that. He wants you. He called you to be a special people.
Unto himself.
Unto himself. So that's why you can see all of these cars passing by and everybody walking around because they don't care. But God chose you to be a special people unto him. Come on.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
He wants you. He chose you to be above all people on the face of the earth. This goes into your heritage right here, Miss Dee. That's right. You see this? So that's what we're here for. Right. We standing out here to help our people. Right. It don't matter the conditions that they're in. Right. Watch this. Hosea 6 and 1. Dee, we all been going through something. I said that before. Guess what? I got kids too. I ain't gonna tell you my kids all around. I'm gonna tell you where my kids are. My kids are back in Houston. My kids are back in Houston breaking God laws. Right. That's where they at, and that's what they doing. Right. Watch this.
The book of Hosea chapter 6 and verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord.
So that's our whole mission out here. We don't care what our people going through. Right. The Bible commands us to come and let us return to our Lord. Right. Because we out here doing God knows what. Well, of course he knows, but man might not know what you're doing. Right. Watch this.
Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn, and he will heal us.
So he torn us. He allowed us to go through all these different things. Right. He allowed us to be on drugs. He allowed us to get drunk. He allowed us to be prostitutes. Right. All those things happen in our life. That's right. By the choices we made. Right. Watch this.
He hath smitten, and he will bind us up.
So he has smitten us, Dee, and he will bind us up. That's right. He has smitten us with all kind of madness. Now we crazy as hell. Come on.
After 2 days, will he receive us? In the third day, he will raise us up.
So now we're in that day of being raised up. Genesis 49. We're in the days of being raised up, Dee. We're talking about our nation. You mentioned our kids and evil and all those things after our children. Of course they are. That's because the parents are not standing up and being that defense for them. That's right. The parents are not showing them what they should be doing, which is keeping God's laws, not running the streets, and what they shouldn't be doing, not hating each other. Right. Those are things that our people should be teaching. That's right. We should be governing ourselves by God's law. That's right. That's what we're missing. That's why our whole nation is in decay.
That's right.
Meaning they're crumbling. They're becoming nothing.
Right.
They're at the bottom.
Right.
And we're not helping. The only way we can help is we bring them the medicine. Watch this.
The book of Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1.
Bring it up.
And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
So God said there was something that was going to happen to these people right here, DD, in the last days. Something was going to happen to them in the last days.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
So something's going to happen, DD.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If we don't listen to God, DD, can you hear me? Pay attention now, DD. I'm trying to give you, DD, I'm trying to give you some help right here out of the Bible, okay? I want you to be patient. I want you to listen. I want you to focus, okay? Okay, DD? You heard me? DD, you hear me? Okay, come on.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he said some curses going to come up on us and overtake us. Let me help him out, Eleazar. Or let me help him out, Eleazar. Let me help him out. What's your name?
He bought us some.
Hey, Robert. How you doing, sir? I'm Michael. I'm Michael. Robert. I'll talk with you. I'll talk with you. Yes, sir. So what is your question?
I brought y'all some hamburgers with me, so y'all don't do food.
Yes, sir. So
I understand the Bible says, do it.
do what?
Prepare your food before.
Yes, sir. So that way, if you did that, you are willingly breaking God's laws, and you're trying to get us to break God's laws.
That's not true.
So what's not true?
That's not true.
What's not true, Robert? Explain to me what's not true.
First of all, even Jesus Christ himself worked.
No.
No, what did he not do?
Wait, okay, so now let's get into it, because I don't want that misconception out there. Because remember, we like to go off of what's written in here. We don't like to go off things that we've been taught, like it might have been wrong. You see what I'm saying? So now we want to clear the air on the things that you're saying, okay? We're going to clear it out of the Bible. Remember, Robert, it's not going to be what I say. It's going to be what the Bible said. That's why I'm stopping you from saying what you are saying, and let's go with the Bible. That's going to be the mediator between what you're saying and what I'm saying. You follow me? Okay, so I'm going to show you something. Because, like I say, you said Christ worked on the Sabbath, right?
They would get mad at him because he was
Now, who got mad with him?
I'd have to do the Bible out.
The scribes and Pharisees got mad with him. You understand? So were the scribes and Pharisees for Christ or against Christ? They was against Christ. So right there, that ought to show you Christ was teaching the Bible and they was teaching the Bible. You understand? So that was a discrepancy right there. Now watch this. Start at verse 1. John 5 and 1.
The book of John chapter 5 and verse 1. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethsaida, having five porches. In these lay a great multitude of potent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there.
So who was doing that when they went down to the water and you was made whole? Who was doing that? Like who was making that happen? The healing of the people when they went down to the water. Who was making that happen? Nope. Read it again.
For verse 4. For an angel went down at a certain...
You see what I'm saying? So remember, that's why we gotta say what's written in here. Not what you see what I'm saying? We taking our thoughts out of the equation and we're going off what the Bible saying. So an angel did that. Read.
For an angel went down at a certain season.
And who was commanding that angel to do that? God was. You see what I'm saying? God was. He wasn't the angel. Angel is activated by God. Activated the angel, right? Come on.
Into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there, which had an infirmity 38 years. Then Jesus saw him.
So now we're about to get to Christ.
Lie and knew that he had been now a long time in that case. He said unto him, wilt thou be made whole?
So Christ asked him a question. You want to be made whole? Because he had infirmities, bad things going on with him. So now Christ about to deal with him.
The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me. Jesus said unto him, Rise, take up thy bed and walk. And immediately the man was made whole.
You see that? By Christ speaking to him, he was made whole. Now, give me the other precept. You ready? Matthew 12 and 12. Now, this is the act that happened when you say Christ worked on the Sabbath. Watch this.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 12. How much then is a...
Read up one.
Verse 11. And Jesus said unto them, What man shall there be among you?
So, among you, right? What man gonna be among you?
There be among you that shall have one sheep, and if it fall into a pit.
So if you had a sheep and it fell into a ditch.
On the Sabbath day.
On the Sabbath day.
Will he not lay hold on it?
So you gonna let your sheep stand in the ditch on the Sabbath day, or you gonna get it out of there? You gonna get it out of there. You understand? Watch this.
And lift it out. How much then is a man better than a sheep?
So how much is a man better than a sheep? Because he healed that man on the Sabbath day. That was not called work, my brother. That's called doing good. You understand? So that's why I wanted to prove to you that we can do good on the Sabbath, but we can't break the Sabbath by willingly eating hot food. You understand? You can do good in other ways besides helping somebody break God's laws. That was the whole point for reading that. So you can do good. What good can you do to us? If we needed a ride, you can give us a ride. That's doing good. You see, I'm going out of my way. I was on my way home, but you know what? I get those guys a ride. That's doing good, brother. You understand? That makes sense? Yes, sir. Any other questions?
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word.